This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runner's Alley. This week's broadcast is brought to you by Demerit Hill Farms and Haunted Overload. We're coming back with the ranking reveals number 2 of the 2020 cross-country season. We're all going to go around and introduce ourselves and talk about our favorite moment from this past weekend. My name is Rohan Rai, and I'm a senior at Wyndham. My favorite part or moment from this past weekend had to have been having our first race against Pelham, Campbell, and Sanborn. It was a lot of fun to finally get back out racing other teams.
I'm Luke Kasich. I'm a senior from Co-Brown, and personally, my favorite thing that happened this week was seeing Oyster River again in a dual meet with them, and seeing how both of our teams have progressed throughout the season, and what we've been doing away from meets.
My name's Morgan, and I'm a senior from Concord, and my favorite moment of this past week was watching the Workout Wednesday that Dover posted, and it was really cool, so definitely recommend other teams to do that as well.
I'm Landon Valencia. I'm a senior at Mascenic. My favorite moment of this week is taking the course record at my high school and an unfortunate time of 16.000.
I'm Addison Cox. I'm a senior from Co-Brown, and my favorite moment from this week was our dual meet at Oyster River, because I got to run with my teammates for the first 2 miles, so it was really nice to race you with them in the race, I guess.
All right, so we're going to kick it off by talking about the rankings. Though there was not much movement within the rankings, we're just going to talk about some highlights about this past weekend and what's to come. But the rankings will be posted underneath our video on the screen.
So to start highlighting for the girls' side, Concord and Co-Brown have a pretty big meet both on the boys and girls' side this weekend. Concord will be racing at Co-Brown. Both Co-Brown is ranked 1 and Concord's race 2. So that'll be a good matchup. And I think with both teams having more racing experience under their belt, it'll definitely be a good race to watch.
Also going off of that too, obviously that's going to be a good race, but next weekend, Co-Brown is racing Souhegan. So that's going to be a really good race because Souhegan, I think, is ranked 4th right now. And also we're both in D2, so it's definitely going to be a good race for sure.
Yeah, so
you go on.
Like I was talking about earlier, I mentioned the race Wyndham versus Pelham and Campbell and Sanborn. We went head to head with Sanborn, who also is in the top 10 rankings, ranked at number 7, and we were able to beat them. And I had a battle with Jared Khalil from Sanborn. Shout out him. So that was a lot of fun. He was with me until the weigh-in, so I had a lot of fun during that race.
Okay, it's my turn. Over on the boys' side, Monadnock slid into 9th place at Mascenic's homecoming meet. You know, Mascenic, we thought we could just go into it in a walk in the park, but they wanted to win more than we did, and that's exactly what happened.
Yo, Luke.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this year we've been having a lot of smaller meets, and personally, I enjoy having them because it's safer with COVID, and it's you get to compare yourself against other teams throughout. And I also, the downside of it is the fact that you don't get the competition until state meet. So it's going to be a bit of a slap in the face when we have to go into a bigger race setting. But I think we'll all be able to adjust pretty well based on past experience. So it should be pretty exciting.
So unfortunately I'm not racing this season, but I talked to my teammates about this one, and they were saying that a positive is definitely building the ability to race yourself and kind of have to lead the race on your own. And then negative would be I think they just missed the big meets, but obviously safety is the most important thing. So obviously the smaller meets are safer at the moment. So yeah.
So for a pro for me, I'd have to say that I definitely feel a lot more comfortable racing in the smaller meets. But at Con, I really enjoyed the excitement and the hype going into a big meet like Black Bear. And it was just always a lot of fun. And I had a great time talking to all my friends at those meets. And unfortunately, I don't get to see everybody anymore. So maybe next time.
I think I agree with what everybody else is saying. Like, obviously, the smaller meets and the dual meets are a lot safer at this time. So, like, I'm grateful to have it to begin with. But I definitely do miss the invitationals and just like how much more like intense those and exciting those were, because you're just racing one other team right now, and it's kind of easy to like tell who wins when you watch them come in through the line. But invitationals are definitely a lot more like intense and exciting. So
Yeah, the smaller meets have definitely been exciting. Honestly, I'm pretty happy that we all get to finally race after what happened with the outdoor season. But one thing that kind of is unfortunate about it is like I don't get to race Landon or Luke, for example, until championship season. So it's gonna be pretty wild come championship season when everyone's matched up against each other. But yeah, so moving on to topic 3. Everyone want to share their experience with their college search during COVID?
Yeah, sure. Personally, I did not have a too hard of a time with it. It seemed a bit quicker to me than previous teammates that I've seen go through it, but theirs also seemed like they had a lot more opportunities with overnights and things like that. Seeing how we're in a dead period, but it went well for me because I have I verbally committed to compete in cross country and track and field at Siena College in New York.
That's awesome. But yeah, so also I agree with Luke, and I thought it went pretty well for me as well. I thought all the colleges were great about offering many virtual virtual resources and doing like team Zooms and all that kind of stuff. So I'm applying early decision to Middlebury, so I'm also really excited about that.
So when it comes to college for me, I didn't have much guidance being the oldest in my family, but luckily UMass Lowell came to the rescue back in February, right before the outbreak really started to hit hard. I was able to go do an on-campus visit with my bud Jeff Allen, and ever since then I have been in touch with him, and I verbally committed to run cross country and track and field with him.
yeah, so for me, pretty similar, like to everybody else, all the virtual stuff, not being able to do overnights. So it was kind of hard to like, I don't know, like I guess like decide like what I wanted without like actually going really and being able to like interact with other teams and the coaches and stuff because of the dead period. But I committed to the University of New Hampshire, so I'm really excited about that. And I know what to expect there because New Hampshire, so it's pretty nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, for me, just similar to what they're all saying, it's been tough without having overnight visits or anything like that, just 'cause we're in a dead period. So, but also all the coaches have provided a lot of resources for us to use, such as virtual visits and all that. So, I'm hoping to attend the Naval Academy or West Point. So I'm hoping I can get into one of those. And then, so moving into topic number 4, how's it going at your respective school or community? You guys want to take it away, Luke?
Yeah, at Co-Brown, it's stayed the same. All of us are staying separated when we're stretching, warming up, all that kind of stuff, wearing masks at that time. And then once we start running, then we can take our masks off and try to maintain the 6-foot separation as best as possible. And I think we've been doing a great job with it. No one on our team has got COVID. I'd say that New Hampshire cross country so far is doing a lot better job than the NFL with this.
For Concord, we're still remote, but starting next week, everyone has the choice to go back to hybrid. So I'm looking forward to going back to school for that. And then in terms of cross country, I think Concord has been doing great with all of that. Everyone's wearing their masks, and there's no issues with that. And then we only run in groups of 3, so pretty safe overall.
As for Mascenic, I'm doing fully remote. the school is running at half capacity right now, so I'm hoping that they are doing a good job so we can continue to run. When it comes to practice, we all have our masks on for the most part. No one ever goes inside. So as long as no one gets sick, I guess we'll just continue on the season.
Yeah, Luke already kind of talked about Cole Brown, but I think everyone's still doing a really good job following the safety protocols and stuff. And I think everyone wants to stay in school and continue to have sports. So I think everyone's being really smart about it.
Yeah, at Wyndham, we're following a hybrid schedule right now. So I go to school every other day, which has been nice, finally being back in the classroom. And then at practice, we all just wear masks whenever we're not running. So everyone's been pretty safe, which has been good. And so moving into the final topic, there is a new feature on the website, which is sponsored by Demerit and Haunted Overload. On the front page of the New Hampshire Cross Country website, there's an option, as you can see right there, that says dual meet results and standings. So you're just going to want to click on that. And then once you click on that, you can see past dual meets and results, which are the teams are stacked up by average points scored at each meet. And this page is only for dual meets. And so if a coach wanted to submit their results, which they should on this website, they just go to the bottom where it says girls submission, boys submission, and then they can just follow the steps through that and then submit the results. Yeah, so this has been NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley. This week's broadcast was brought to you by Demerit Hill Farms and Haunted Overload. Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye.